What's up, everybody? We are here in Peterborough for the Central Ontario Reptile Expo, the Halloween Expo. I'm super excited. I haven't gone in yet, so let's go check it out. Okay guys, so I've been walking around for about like 45 minutes now. First of all, let me say I'm super impressed by the diversity of animals here. There's a lot of different animals here. There's a lot of cool vendors. Let's go check out some of the booths. Guys, we're here at Gill's Geckos. How did you get into breeding gargoyles and grass geckos?
I've always wanted reptiles.
Yeah.
I met my wife. She doesn't like snakes, but she likes lizards. So the geckos are small enough and we can keep them in reasonable sized enclosures, and the breeding of them is fun. We both really enjoy it, so it was a win-win.
The picture here, when he fires up.
That's the same. That's the same gecko.
That's the same one.
What?
When he's really going, he's absolutely insane.
That is crazy.
And he's not even fully grown with his full colors yet. He'll get better as he ages.
So will this one also fire down to that same grade that this one's at?
This one never fires down.
Never fires down.
I've never seen it fire down.
That's very interesting.
It's always that color. I don't know why, it's just the way it is.
Hi guys.
That came on an Egypt import a couple years ago are the Montpellier snakes. These are the Saharan species. There's a lot of people, if they have heard of them, they've seen the larger species from North Europe. They get about 5 feet, but this species only gets about shy of a meter. And they're actually sexually dimorphic. You can't see because I have them on these aspen but the males actually have a pattern belly while the females is actually much more white. They have a slight pattern, but they also have a slight color variation where the males will have more of a peachy tone where the females will be a lot darker.
What about this cave-dwelling rat snake over here? Because that's beautiful.
Yes, the cave-dwelling rat snake. I breed these at home, so this is one of their offspring. This one hatched in mid-June. And these are an awesome snake, especially for people who probably have seen the Taiwan beauty snakes. Are probably familiar with them. This is the same genus. But these guys, they prefer much more cooler temperatures. So you want to make sure you don't keep them too hot. But fantastic snake.
And you guys are based in Hamilton? Awesome. So if you guys are looking for a really, really cool pet store with really, really unique reptiles, go check them out. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks. Thank you.
How's the show going so far?
Pretty good.
What inspired you to get into reptiles and like breeding cresties?
When I was younger, we had a trailer park that I would find lots of frogs and fish and crawfish and things like that. And so I just loved animals from a really young age. And then Dallas got me a crested gecko for Christmas, and it stemmed from there.
It snowballed from there. But which one today is your favorite gecko on the table?
That is a tricky question.
That's why I ask it.
This one is really cool, this lily white.
Beautiful.
It's really interesting because some females will have a really high rate of producing lily whites. So I've had one female that had 6 out of 7 babies were all lily whites. And then I had the opposite happen, only one of them was a lily white.
From a different female?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Now you gotta tell us which cresty is your favorite.
Probably Cash. He's been very prolific in a lot of the lineups.
I mean, he's beautiful. I'm gonna go with, I think this one is my favorite, actually.
Probably number 2.
Thank you very much, guys. Good luck at the rest of the show. And guys, go check out Charlene's Cresties.
We're working with South American species, white legs, as well as Galapagos, which can get 12, 13 inches. These guys easily get 10 inches. We have one at home that's around 9, and they keep that coloration. So these are Malaysian jewels, so they're technically Dehani, which are the most popular, one of the most popular species in the hobby. It's just there's a bunch of different locales. These guys were collected by an arachnologist in Arizona. So they don't bite, they don't have venom, but they spray acetic acid or vinegar. And it's not a spray like a skunk, it's like a misting. And it comes out of the base of the tail, not the tip of the tail. All this is sensory.
It comes out. It comes out.
It comes out of the base of the tail, not out of the tip of the tail, and it's a mist. You don't see it. And normal street vinegar is like 5-ish%. These guys are up to 75%, so it's very strong. But it can't get into your eyes because it doesn't spray fire. It just generally gets on your hand. But it's a really good deterrent for coyotes, different small animals in the wild. And then these aren't antennae; they're arachnids. These are modified front legs. He's actually doing a little cleaning. You can see that he's lifting himself up and cleaning his underside. He's not injured or anything. He's just cleaning. If I give him a little, see?
Oh.
So the way you can tell that this is an actual emperor scorpion and not an Asian forest, because they often get sold as that, the roundness of the claws. The claws are very, very round on a real emperor scorpion, and they're very bumpy. On an Asian forest, they'll be very smooth. And the telson, the tip of the tail, is very white or amber colored. On most, if not all, Asian forests, it's very dark colored. Those are the main ones. The other one is the general disposition. Emperors will usually be pretty calm, pretty relaxed like this. Asians can be quite nasty. All scorpions fluoresce under black light.
Look at
Isn't
that.
that wild? And they fluoresce so well that across the room at night, like 5, 6, 7 feet away, you can shine a flashlight and see them clear as day. Yeah.
How big do these guys get?
Full grown, it ranges a little bigger than this to, I've got some at home that came, the biggest ones of the 50 I got. These are captive bred in Ghana in pits. They're bred in pits because they're CITES now. They used to be $25 a piece wild caught. People are catching too many of them, so now they breed them in big pits, and it's hard to even get wild caught now. So the biggest one I have is about that big. They're still the heaviest scorpion in the world, depending on who you ask, but Swammer Dammy can get a little bit longer. I've heard 11 inches, I've heard longer than that.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Latin for goddess of the earth.
You showed me a really, really cool one earlier that almost looked like there was a fire from within. It was.
sold that one.
Oh, did you? Okay, awesome.
But we have other ones that are...
That's good though. That's good. That is so cool. So what exactly is that?
That is hackmanite. It's a pretty rare mineral, but it does glow under UV. We've got several pieces of that. I don't know, I think it's pretty darn cool.
So cool.
No, I mostly just have...
It glows so much better when it's dark though. Oh my gosh.
That's I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about these guys?
So this is grape agate. This is only found in Indonesia. It's another form of quartz, kind of like amethyst or clear quartz. But it forms in a botryoidal like crystal habit, so it forms a bunch of balls. It generally forms like purples and blues, but sometimes you'll get greens like this guy right here, which I think is just so cool. And we've got a bunch of other little pieces. I've actually got a really cool piece that looks like a Charizard head, and I'm determining whether I want to keep it or not.
You want to keep it?
I probably want it. It's really crystalline and sparkly. It's just so cool. This is probably the coolest thing on the table.
Okay.
So this is moldavite. So 15 million years ago, a meteorite crashed into a big sand pit in Germany and sent molten sand into the atmosphere, which crystallized in the atmosphere and rained down green glass in the Czech Republic. So there's a very limited amount of it, and it's just a very, very, very cool mineral, in my opinion. They're not finding it anymore either. So, and also the Czech Republic put a ban on exporting it. So whatever's in the market's in the market.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
So we deal heavily in lavender, albino, piebald, and clown. Everything here is always on the table, 100% pet or visual. So if anybody's interested in anything like that, come on down and see us. One of probably our most popular on the table right now is what we call our special pied. It's the special gene, but it's actually got 2 smiley faces.
Oh yeah.
You can kind of see there.
I do. That's awesome. We're here with Gord Perry of, first of all, the GNP Reptile Rescue, and you are the person putting on the Central Ontario Reptile Expo, is that correct? All proceeds from this expo do go to the GNP Reptile Rescue.
100%, yes.
So when you're coming down to these things, you're not only supporting all the vendors, you're also supporting an awesome reptile rescue. I asked you a little bit about the reptile rescue. How long have you guys been how long have you been operating? How long have you been rescuing animals for?
Since January 2002.
And what kind of species are you guys generally working with?
We don't turn away any reptile. We don't do anything aquatic, unfortunately, but there are other specialized ones that can do that. We turn away nothing. Our specialty is actually large and aggressive. So, as far to my knowledge, we're the only one in Ontario that will, without question, take in large and aggressive animals, regardless of health, temperament, anything.
What about Tank here? Was he also another rescue
He was actually. He came to us from a family who had raised them, and as their family changed, they wanted to find him a good home. So he was actually a donation to the rescue for our education program.
Awesome. And then how does it work? So you bring you bring him in. He wants the warmth of the beard. Yeah. So you bring them in, and then you're rehabilitating them. Are they eventually available for readoption?
A lot are, yes. If we deem them unfit for adoption for whatever reason, temperament, health, etc., they stay with us until their end of day. Most animals we try and roll into our educational programs, so then they are in our programs for approximately a year to a year and a half, and then from there we retire them out and try and get them appropriate homes. Yeah, so we try to do pretty much everything that comes in. So that way, when we know we've used them in educational, been around children, we know that they're good. We know that they're good for pets, they're good for families.
Gord, thank you very much, first of all, for putting this on, and thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you being here.
Okay, guys, we're finally here with our friends from Reptile Tales. You guys may remember them from the Ottawa Pet Expo video. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah, the show's going well?
Oh yeah, the show is going very well. We are
Awesome.
very happy to be here.
Yes, we're very happy to see you guys here.
Thank
Second show this time.
Yes.
And of course, they had to bring out the beautiful fat tails. It's crazy. It's almost like the gray is like see-through. You can kind of see the white coming from inside it. It's incredible.
It's so unique.
It's that mix of ghost and Oreo together that just brings out that nice gray ash, and then another lighter gray inside
of
because
it,
of the
yeah.
whiteout.
Have you guys paired them yet?
But we're trying.
So waiting, yeah.
So we'll see if the results come out. But he has been paired.
Yes.
Oh, he has been paired?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. With him, would you be expecting more white on the whiteouts? Is that something
With
that
him,
makes sense?
well, the whiteout will come out, so we are pairing him with one regular just to get some hets, and then another Oreo, so that we can try and get some
Exactly
nice.
the same color of the night, yes.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to get the exact same as
Yeah.
him?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. He will be paired with an amel, so we're trying to get some het amels, so
To
that we can
create
get some
zero ml.
Zero
amels and some whiteout amels.
Awesome. And the animals would be like
These guys
here. Okay. Rosemere Reptiles. Once again, you may remember them from the Ottawa Pet Expo video as well. How are you doing today? How's the expo going?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm having a lot of fun. This expo is awesome.
It is awesome. There's a lot of people here today.
A lot of people,
Great.
a lot of cool species too. Yeah. What inspired you to initially get into the hobby or initially start breeding geckos?
It's a good question. So we have two girls. They were young at the time, 6 and 8, I think, and they wanted geckos. So I said no. Clearly, I lost that battle because now we have over 500.
Clearly, you lost that battle. Yeah. Awesome.
So, but I'm a businessman, so I found out that they could have eggs and babies, and I did the math, and I said, you know what, we could maybe make a little sideline out of this.
Yeah.
And it just grew from there, and now we're probably one of the largest home-based breeders in Canada.
You know, and like I said last time, you are also doing all the expos. Like
We
you're
do
doing
everything.
the expos, or even doing the core expo.
Pet expos, reptile expos. If there's a show, we do it.
Awesome.
Ken and I are like rock stars, but without the fame and money.
Yeah. It's always on the road.
Always on the road.
What's your favorite on the table this time?
My favorite on the table this time would be this gecko right here, which is a Pine Isle Chewy. It's from New Caledonia. Like all the geckos on the table today are from New Caledonia, but this is from the island called Pine Isle. And it's a more rare specimen of the Pine Isle Chewy. They also have the white collar Pine Isle Chewy. I don't have any of those here today, but they're very nice as well. So those are the two types that come from Pine Isle off of New Caledonia. It's very nice.
Awesome.
And then we have the regular Chewies down here, which are the mainland Chewies.
Yes.
And they're very similar. It's just the patterning on the back of the Pine Isle. It's more of a diamond pattern, and it's very unique.
If you're looking for any New Caledonian geckos, then you know where to go. Come check out Rosemere. Check out Rosemere Reptiles. Go to the website, Facebook,
Instagram, website, TikTok. We're all over.
All over the place, and or at any expo in your area.
Any expo in your area in
Awesome.
Eastern Canada.
Would you recommend these guys as as a beginner pet or a good replacement for some of the more common ones that we're seeing?
I think they're a really good bearded dragon replacement,
Okay.
specifically just because they act a lot like a bearded dragon, but just lose the lethargy. They're just really energetic. They're always running around. Anytime I throw crickets in, they're just all over them.
Awesome.
So these guys are definitely like, and I think the up and coming new bearded dragon. The colors are just as beautiful, but in my opinion, you're just getting a much more energetic animal.
And can you, like, does it ever get to the point where they're tame enough to kind of just sit on the couch and watch TV with them as well?
All of these guys, I can just reach in and grab any one of them. They don't run away. I like to tell people they're fast, they're not flighty.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
they'll run really quickly. I mean, one side of the enclosure, the other a couple seconds, but they're not running away from you. They just love running.
There's one waiting for you at the door. He's like, yeah, exactly.
They definitely know that he's the provider.
Yeah. Very, very cool looking product. What is it?
Okay, so they're dried flowers. They're specifically selected for all herbivorous reptiles that are edible. So for instance, this specific mix contains mallow, pansy, viola, calendula, coreopsis, lavitera, and then some traces of some other not as common weeds that you would feed them, or flowers. So I am the farmer. It is all grown locally. I don't use any pesticides, I use all organic fertilizer, no synthetic fertilizers. This is what you want to feed your pets. So you can feed them to tortoises, bearded dragons, pretty much anything. I mean, even small animals or mammals like guinea pigs, bunnies, birds even. So these are all grown locally by me.
Okay, guys, we're at Cat's Critters.
These guys are brother and sister.
Kearney is beautiful. And you were saying that you have a clutch mate for Kearney as well, right?
Yes.
That is a 2020 baby?
Yeah. I should backtrack, double check that, yeah.
And then those would be from the same parents, but a 2021?
One of the same parents, yeah, the same red parents. Would be 2021. And their dad looks like this. So for the 2020, that would be like the dad looks like. 2021 is the same mother.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. What did you do?
We do something that we were looking for a bit a while.
Okay.
So we found our white-out Oreo patternless.
New gecko, as you must do at an expo.
More projects to come.
More projects to come. We're here with Ontario Invert Farm.
Hi everyone, I'm Jordan the Bugman.
You have some really cool species here.
Thanks, I think so too actually. We got a few species of feeder roach, and then we also have some more pet species like northern walking sticks and giant American millipedes. Awesome. And we also just have more common feeders such as confused flower beetles and peanut beetles and springtails and other cleanup crew species as well.
So these guys are the Discord roaches that just came into Canada, correct?
Yes, yeah, these guys have been legal for only a year now. A lot of work was put in by Ant Colony Canada to get these legalized. These are actual feeder roaches, meaning like they don't climb, they don't fly, they don't make noise, they breed easily, they're tropical, so they won't establish if they do get out somehow. But because of the no climb, no fly, they almost never do. So.
That's awesome. And they're a healthier alternative to crickets as well.
Yes, absolutely. The phosphorus calcium ratio on these guys is more favorable. They're no silkworms, but they're still better than crickets. So these are northern walking sticks.
Okay.
The only native phasmid found in Canada, and they are low maintenance pets that low commitment to, low space, great pets all around.
They're very
cool class pets.
It's kind of like it takes you a second for your eyes to realize that it's not a leaf or not a stick.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Once you see one, then you start seeing all.
And you start seeing all of them. Yeah. there's another one right there. So we're here at House of Scales, which are one of the sponsors for the expo.
This is a red tegu.
So you guys just saw a couple of minutes ago Tank, the black and white Argentinian tegu. This is a red tegu. Like what are the differences between black and white and a red?
So the main differences between the red and the black and white is size. They're both from Argentina, but different localities, and obviously coloration.
Which tegu gets bigger?
So the reds are smaller, and the black and whites are like a lot bigger.
I assume they're as friendly as the black and white. I mean,
Yeah, temperament's around the same.
Okay guys, the Central Ontario Reptile Expo is finally complete. The Halloween Expo. It was incredible. First of all, I want to say I love the idea of the Halloween theme. A lot of the kids were going around the different booths trick-or-treating. A lot of them were in costumes. Even some of the adults were in costume. The other thing I loved about the show was because it's so small and so intimate, you really get a chance to stop people and actually have a proper conversation with them, whether it's about the animals they're breeding, whether it's about how they got into the hobby in the first place. It gives you a chance to actually meet the people that are breeding the animals that we love to keep. I look forward to going to the next one. I look forward to it getting bigger and better every time. Guys, definitely if you haven't checked out the Core Expo or the Central Ontario Reptile Expo, definitely make a point of going out to the next one. It is definitely very, very worth it. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up the video here, guys. Let me know in the comments, do you guys prefer Reptile Expo tours and store tours, or do you prefer when I do more of the breeding videos and the care guides? If you like this video, then please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm working on a lot of really cool videos, so make sure you subscribe to see them all coming out. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you on the next one.